Uh, there's no complaints on this side.
Bear with me. Just putting aside my dinner.
Oh, what? What are you having for dinner?
I stopped off and got some Bojangles chicken and biscuits.
Bojangles.
Yep. It doesn't get much more North Carolina than Bojangles chicken and biscuits.
All right. Well, um, we'll try to
No,
make this
no,
short.
no sweet tea though, because their sweet tea is so damn sweet it'll blow up my blood sugar.
Oh, damn. All right. Stay away from the sweet tea. All right, Jackson, let's rock and roll.
All right, so we're gonna keep this episode short and sweet. Welcome everybody to episode 311 of Boog Life, pitted with Action and Manny V, and we're just gonna get right into it. Um, this week, two things worthy of note, and I'm sure Manny was thinking of touching on these same things. First and foremost, we had discussed the Itaquachara Pro last week. Well, two-time world champion Amaury Laverne won the event. He's a three-time winner of Itaquachara. And just, kind of combining news and shout-outs, just want to say congratulations, Maz. Well-deserved victory and, another trophy for the shelf in what has been a stellar competitive career.
Amen to that. Yeah, Maz did incredible. Not to take away from his win, but there was a little controversy in the semifinals against PLC that I just said I was watching the whole thing, and the judges gave the warning to all the competitors, hey, our visual to the left is a little hindered. So if you go left, just be warned, we may miss something is essentially what the announcement was. And PLC had a incredible left. Unfortunately, some of the judges they didn't have the angle, and PLC was just so short of getting the score he needed to make it to the final. Again, not to take away from Moz, but man, we've been in those situations, Jackson, where we are seeing what the judges see, and man, it's just so tough. But yeah, it was a tough call for it was a bullet that PLC had to bite, but in the end, Moz took it hands down.
Yeah, that may be a bitter pill, but hey, when is there not controversy or drama in the world of competitive bodyboarding?
This is true. This is true.
There's always something during the course of an event, if not multiple things.
I mean, it
So,
is a subjective judging scoring sport, so yeah, it's you're gonna have these. But Moz, he was performing beautifully as always. He is one of the most incredible competitive riders that I know. So yeah, to win at Itacochata, how many times has he won? I believe he's won to
he's won it three times now.
yeah, yep. And PLC hasn't taken that win yet, I believe.
Hey, there's a lot of talented bodyboarders over the years that have come up this short
Yeah.
with winning one of those events or even winning a world championship. Unfortunately, that's the way the dice rolls sometimes. We could rattle off countless names of top level competitive bodyboarders that, should have won this event or could have won that world title. That's how it plays out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And moving on to the next shout out slash piece of news, our buddy Pab, Cameron Steele,
Yeah.
legendary bodyboarder, Hall of Fame racer, won the Baja 500 in the trophy truck series, trophy truck division. I can't express how stoked I am for Cam right now.
Yeah, let me pull that up. I just pulled up their Instagram and yeah, and he's no stranger to the podium. He actually won one of the most difficult off-roading races out there, which is the Baja 1000. I think that it was several years ago that he took that win, but here he is with this event. And can you guys see it on the screen there?
Yep, it's
Uh,
there.
yeah, so Desert Assassins, if you guys want to follow them, this is his off-road team. And yeah, Cameron and the crew took first place. And yeah, it was pretty epic. And if there's anybody I would want to be stuck in Baja with, it'd be Cameron Steele.
Definitely. Quick Action Jackson talking story. Hanging out with him back in 2008 during Cabo Freak Fest. There was one night where, everybody kind of headed back to the hotel, and me and Cameron cruised Cabo zones for Don Julio 1942. Ended up spending the wee hours of the morning sipping tequila and talking story. And you know what? He has a wealth of stories, knowledge, and experience in Baja. And, it's tremendous, a tremendous honor, in my opinion, to know him, to be able to call him a friend, and just to be able to walk around and, drink tequila and listen to him, rehash, the history he has in Baja.
I mean, he's driving around in this, hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even $1 million trophy trucks, and to be as humble as he is, and being able to come down to Baja and hang out with his fellow bodyboarders is there's something to say about that. So props to Cam.
Yep. So, you say let's keep it short and sweet tonight. That's pretty much all I've got this week. Unless you want to throw in anything else.
Just a shout out to, again, this is to the promoters of the Itucochata Pro. Every event I went to down there to commentate has been hands down one of the, very well organized events on the world tour. So shout out to the entire crew that put together that incredible event at one of my favorite beaches on the planet, Itiquachata. And the vibe there, if you ever get a chance, go to that event if you want to see one live and up close. You got beautiful white sand, you have beautiful human beings, and you got this fully just catered food and drinks and everything right on the beach. And yeah, that shout out to those guys that put together an incredible event.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't go down there for the contest, just going there as a surf destination, a boogie destination, it's a nature reserve. It's a swell magnet. It picks up swell from multiple directions. And like we were discussing last week, you book a room at the Itaquachara Inn. You walk down the street, boom, you're there.
You're
And you've
there.
got Pirasuco, you've got restaurants on the beach, so you can sit on the beach, have lunch, have a couple of cold beers, and it's paradise.
Yeah.
And there's nature trails since it is a nature preserve. You've got the Elephant Mountain behind it. Um, if you're on the beach and you look up and see the mountain, it looks like an elephant's head. That's why I call it that. I forget the actual name of it.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Oh,
But
I forgot to.
it's a full-on adventure going there. Definitely worth experiencing.
Totally. I do have one bit of news. I just saw this when I was looking around for, what's going on out there. But the Shark Island Challenge guys, the guys that taking it over and putting a ton of time into it, their marketing skills are pretty top shelf right now. They were able to get a 7-minute segment on the ABC News in-depth down in Australia, and I'm gonna put the link over here in the chat, and that way you guys can check it out. But props to those guys. They are doing a great job of getting the word of bodyboarding out and about, especially in
That was an
Australia.
awesome news
Yeah.
piece.
I'd say we watch just a few minutes of it. What do you think?
Let's go for it.
All right, let's get this rolling here, share that, and I'll put the link over in the YouTube chat box. And let me just make sure our sound is good. And just play a couple minutes.
Hey, Manny, I don't hear the audio.
Okay.
testing their limits since
There
the
we
late
go.
90s.
It's unbelievable when you think about the chipping you get from a growing 4 to 5 foot wedge into a beastly 6 to 8 foot cavern that just wraps along that shallow, urchin encrusted reef and spits you out into a deep channel.
I don't think you can describe it. I've tried many times. I don't know. It's just it's a surreal feeling that.
The Shark Island Challenge was relaunched in 2024 after a 6-year break.
Things come in cycles and they change, and I really feel like bodyboarding went through a bit of a recession, so to speak, and now it's starting to rebuild itself and getting back to its grassroots.
Once often judged as inferior to stand-up
Incredible.
surfers, in more recent years, bodyboarders have earned more respect for their ability to take off in the most critical section of extreme breaks and their range of tricks on a wave.
Specific pro surfers and brands are embracing what we do as bodyboarders and collaborating on projects. I think it's good for both surfing and for bodyboarding, but we are definitely the niche.
Behind the scenes, helping support the industry,
Yeah.
3 Australian bodyboard shapers are keeping alive what's become a niche craft.
Australia has a really proud history of bodyboarding, and any bodyboarder in the world would know its history. There were large-scale manufacturers at one point, and then it kind of trickled down to just the custom board shapers.
We're going to leave it right there. But I mean, there's 7 minutes of this incredible feature. So I put the link over in the YouTube channel. I mean, in the YouTube chat box. So check it out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely worth watching. And with all that said and done, we're keeping it short and sweet. And yeah, if it's to leave off with any kind of Monday motivation, yeah, I'm gonna keep that simple too. Stay stoked and boogie on.
Love it.